A very good, happy Wednesday morning to everyone out there. Landon here in the driver's seat to bring you your latest weather and night forecast courtesy of On Target. Folks, winter is arriving starting today. We have got a complex weather maker located over the Great Lakes and over the Midwest region. Going to be bringing a series of cold fronts through the area. Not only is that going to be reinforcing our northwesterly winds and bringing in the colder temperatures, we could be getting in on a scattered wintry mix at times as well. Take a look here, overlooking the latest surface map. You can see the cold front is right here on our doorstep, folks. Right now, winds are very light out of the south, but here over the next hour or two, those are really going to be picking up velocity and turning out of the north and west, and that is immediately going to give you a much colder feel than the past few days of what we have been experiencing. You can see this little lobe of energy coming in here with the cloud cover. It's gonna just brush a portion of the Wobbles community, maybe a stray sprinkle out there. But outside of that, folks, we got some dense fog that's out there currently. We're gonna see that burn off very quickly with rays of sunshine taking over, but don't be deceived, folks, because we are going to be staying on the cold side, that is for sure. Looking over the White Squirrel Weather Nest Cam, fog's already lifted out here, overlooking Bowling Green and the surrounding area here in Warren County. However, up along to the north, it is a different story. Beechtree News Sky Cam showcasing low visibility out there across portions of Morgantown and Butler County. Our Brownsville Sky Cam too was showcasing some very dense fog over in that direction, so please be aware on your morning commute. Temperatures currently hanging out on the chilly side, right around the mid-40s up to right around the 50-degree mark. Now, folks, I want you to take a look at something. We look over here to the west, you can see a little bit cooler temperatures, but look at the winds. These gusts are currently very light and out of the south, if anything. That's because we're still right along and ahead of the cold front. You can blatantly see where the cold front is located at, folks. We already got wind gusts of the magnitude of 15 to 25 plus miles an hour working in here, right here on our doorstep, over as close as Muhlenberg County and Todd County. That is going to be opening up the door here across the Wobbles region here over the course of the next hour or two. So despite it not feeling like it right now, folks, you're gonna want the winter wardrobe on, as those winds are going to be very brisk today, be mitigating highs to the 40s throughout much of the day. And to add insult to injury, today isn't the coldest day of the remaining week. That's actually going to be tomorrow. More on that here in just a moment. Getting a look here at the illustration of the latest surface map, you can see this very complicated weather setup that we have. We've got this pinwheeling, large, broad, upper-level low that is parked right over the Great Lakes region. And we got these series of surface lows and associated cold fronts that's going to be meandering in here and sweeping east across the region as it does so. So let's jump over here and let's give you the full breakdown of looking at the big picture first and foremost before we jump down and into the details. Here we are working through sunrise this morning. We go through mid-morning. This is where the setup is going to be at lunchtime today. We've got a couple of cold fronts pinwheeling off of this surface low over the east side of the Great Lakes, and we've got another cold front that is plowing through the northern plains as we speak on its way in our direction. That'll be arriving here tomorrow between mid-morning on into mid-afternoon. So what we're going to see, folks, is numerous rounds of these wraparound moisture pinwheeling around this low that is actually going to bring us some wintry mix chances at times, most notably in the Thursday time frame, okay? So we'll take the illustration off here. We'll put this into motion to give you an idea. Look at this low just getting wound up and bringing numerous disturbances out of the northwest flow and escorting it southeast right through our vicinity. Now, folks, this isn't just going to be precipitation. It's going to be the much colder air advecting in here with this reinforcing pressure gradient. All right, so those winds are going to be very strong beginning today. This is going to last all the way through Friday as well. And that is why the taste of weather is here, all right? Our winter is here. You see, we finally get the last of it that'll pinwheel down through here by Friday morning, and then opening up the door to a drier weekend, and we will slowly but surely be back on a warming trend with winds turning back into the south. Now let's get into the finer details, shall we? Here we are looking at the latest precipitation model over the course of the next 48 hours. You will notice we worked throughout this morning, it's not likely, but that initial wave we were just looking at on the satellite and surface map at the start of the video looks to skirt just north of the region right along the Ohio River. This is whenever we're going to experience the turn out of the north and west, all right? You can note the dashed red isotherms here, slashing right through the heart of our vicinity just around mid-morning, and then the blue isobars signifying the very strong cold air advection that's going to be right along and behind the cold front where the reflectivity is showing up. Then we work into this afternoon and evening, we keep the cold air advection around, and then we enter into Thursday, folks, and this is where we could really get in on some winter weather shenanigans, all right? Keep your eyes up here off to the north and west where these series of disturbances and cold fronts are going to be working through the region. Here we are looking at mid-morning on Thursday, rolling into lunchtime, and yes, folks, that is signifying the possibility of some light to even moderate snowbursts that could be working southeast through the region. You do see some green colorations here as well, signifying the possibility of a wintry mix. Now, they are expecting more potent snowbursts over here in the bluegrass region of Kentucky, stretching over into the eastern tier of the Commonwealth, but we still could get in on some of these robust snow showers here, these swaths that roll through here. The initial round will work through mid-morning on into lunchtime, and then, folks, look at what happens as we work through the late afternoon, and then we get into the overnight hours of our Thursday. That could be some moderate snowbursts, maybe even some heavy snowbursts that's going to rotate and pivot along with this pinwheeling low just south and east of the region all the way through our Thursday night. And you can see by early Friday morning, that should get out of here. Now, on the good news on the side of this, folks, temperature profiles will be working in our favor, okay? So despite some snowburst here or there, it could be moderate to maybe heavy at times, we're not expecting any sort of road impacts. Now, you might get a dusting on the car, on your roof, on the mailbox out there as well. But folks, if you don't recall, yesterday and the day before, our highs hit right around the 70-degree mark, so our ground temperatures are up. So again, the good news on that, doesn't look like we're going to have to deal with any slick travel, but you might definitely get in on some random stray snowbursts out there throughout the entirety of the day Thursday, all the way through our Thursday night and early Friday morning as well. Another factor, folks, to add some insult to injury, take a look at the wind speeds beginning today and taking us all the way through the end of the work week. Here we are getting into this morning, folks. We're going to stay calm as what we were just looking at there on the mesonet. But by mid-morning, folks, whenever the cold front comes blasting through here around the 8 to 10 a.m. time frame, these northwest winds are going to be kicking up in magnitude between 20 and 30, perhaps even 35 miles an hour at times. You will note as we lose our daytime heating, we work into the overnight. We lose some of those stronger wind gusts, but here comes our next disturbance on Thursday. That'll be accompanying the possibility of some scattered wintry mix or snowburst out there. Look at these readings in our wind fields. We've got winds possibly exceeding 30 to 40 mile an hour at times throughout the Thursday time frame. Folks, if you just remember, we're not calling for high temperatures Thursday to get out of the lower 40s. Combine that with these strong winds of 40 miles an hour out of the north and west, there's going to be a whole lot of us, folks, that might not be escaping the low to mid 30s in regards to wind chills. So you're going to want the winter wardrobe out, that is for sure. But wait, there's more. We get past our Thursday time frame, we get into Thursday night, we get into our Friday. Look at those winds still at or exceeding the 30 to 40 mile an hour mark. So folks, we're going to have to deal with this starting today. It's going to take us through all the way to the end of the day Friday. And if we have any better luck to follow, it's for the weekend. We get more sunshine in here. Southerly winds going to take us on a slow but steady warming trend. And then, folks, we look to really warm up as we work throughout our Thanksgiving week. Take a look here, folks. As early as Monday morning, rain chances come right back into the mixer for us. Continuing into the Tuesday time frame, and then we look beyond that as we get into our Turkey Day holiday. We could be looking at more robust activity with deep Gulf moisture, keeping the shower and storm presence alive, unfortunately, throughout a good portion of Thanksgiving week. All right, jumping over here and taking a look at the latest short-term probabilities in regards to winter weather. We're not expecting any sort of snow accumulations on the ground. With that being said, folks, you could get in on a light dusting. You might cover up the car or the mailbox or the deck or something like that. But the ground temperature should be working in our favor. In regards to any slick travel, we should just be dealing with some wet pavement, that is all. Taking a look at the total rainfall amounts over the upcoming days, folks, this is not going to really amount to much of anything today, tomorrow, and Friday. This is focused on Monday into Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. This doesn't even pick up Thanksgiving Day on into our Black Friday, but folks, we could be in on a very active weather pattern, bringing rounds and loads of rainfall along with the opportunity of strong storm chances at times. We're definitely going to need to keep close eyes on that throughout our Thanksgiving holiday week. All right, here's your full 6-day weather forecast breakdown brought to you by Ohio Valley Insurance. For today, once we get the fog out of here, partly to mostly sunny. Do not be deceived. Those northwest winds are going to put wind chills down into the 40s. Even colder throughout our Thursday, folks. The icon is only showing mostly cloudy skies. You could get in on a random stray wintry mix or snow shower throughout, all right? Low to mid 40s for highs, winds even stronger, wind chills down between the low and mid 30s. We're going to keep it cloudy and cold Friday on into Saturday as well. Partly sunny and nicer to finish out the weekend, and then rain and storm chances come right back into the fold come the start of the new work week for Thanksgiving week. Folks, that's all to do it for your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Whether or Not forecast, brought to you by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and